a sneak peek? You're a dirty audience. Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I'm Brandon Perna, the only football anchor in America that never leaves the house without a slip and slide. Because wherever I go, people get moist. Like the police, the Broncos are 5-0, and if they're not careful, come February, they're going to have a ton of defensive players, Hawaii 5-0'd. But right now, I need to point out some of the weird shit that went down in the black hole. Roger Nix sent me this on That's Good Broncos Facebook page, and it's video from the Oakland sideline with numerous properly working Mr. fans to keep the home team cool. The Broncos sideline had only one working fan. How New England of you, Oakland. There's also this nice woman who had her celebration denied by this Woody Strode-looking son of a bitch. At first, I thought he was being mean, but in fairness, I think he was actually kindly protecting her from the mob of animals behind him. That's good, Broncos. See something you like? I'm gonna start this episode by awarding the Big Dick Player Award to Chris Harris Jr. for scoring the only touchdown for the Broncos on this big dick interception in the fourth quarter. Not only that, he gets a bonus inch for enduring the middle finger in the end zone. This is a photo which I've titled Portrait of an Angry Bitch. That was on DenverBroncos.com, but has since been removed. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have mixed feelings about the game between the Broncos and the Raiders. On one hand, I'm thrilled the Broncos won 16-10 on the road and have a 5-0 record due in large part to the Orange Rush defense. On the other hand, I've got a lot of questions about the Broncos offense. And this is my right hand. The hand I forgot cursive with. The hand I throw perfect spirals with. And the hand I use to make other men uncomfortable by giving them limp-wristed handshakes. The most important and exciting play in the first quarter was this blocked field goal by Sylvester Williams. Although Sebastian Janikowski deserves most of the blame for booting a terribly low kick that was easily blocked, Peyton Manning and the Broncos offense got things going after that, starting with this Emmanuel Sanders 40-yard plus gain down the right sideline. Now, I don't want to knock Sanders here, but he had a few steps on the defender. Manning hits him pretty much in stride, but he was tackled very quickly. I feel like with Sanders' speed, this is a play he normally takes to the house. Jordan Deadwood kept the drive alive by converting a 3rd and 8, and it felt like nothing could stop the Broncos at this point. That feeling, like my sexual ones, was wrong, and Justin Tuck stopped the drive by batting down this Peyton Manning pass. Brandon and his McMammoth leg, told you I would steal that Twitter friend, kicked a field goal to give the Broncos a 3-0 lead. After the field goal, I believe Danny Trevathan and Shane Ray missed an assignment here, letting Clive Walford, the NFL's least threatening tight end, run right behind them for a huge gain, which set up this easy Marcel Reese touchdown catch. The Raiders went up 7-3, and then I saw the scary Raiders fans I remember, and those Raiders women, do not trust them. You know what happens when you sleep with a Raiders woman? You go to bed with her looking like this, and you wake up looking like Satan raped you. Goodbye steady job, goodbye family, and goodbye ability to make practical fashion decisions. The second quarter sucked. Brandon McManus fooled everyone when he punted. Great play. Well, except the Broncos couldn't get down the field in time to stop the ball from going into the end zone. Then, the Raiders punter, Marquette King, booted a 61-yarder. That's right, I just showed back-to-back punting highlights because the second quarter was shit. And it only got worse when DeMarcus Ware left the game and never returned due to a back strain or back spasms. The half was winding down and the Broncos were driving. Manning connected with Emmanuel Sanders for a first down. Then, he inserted the ball into the hands of Benny and the catch, who broke some shitty Raiders tackles for a marvelous gain. And again, I felt the Broncos would score a touchdown. And again, my feelings betrayed me. And that's the real reason I drink.
See something you like?
The Broncos were in the kill zone, but Ronnie Hillman dropped an easy touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone. I'm sorry, Ronnie, but you have to make that catch. Not just because scoring TDs is cool, but because if you don't, Peyton Manning's going to try and throw the ball to Owen Daniels, and when he does that, bad things happen, like Charles Woodson picking the ball off to kill the drive. It could be argued there was illegal contact on Owen Daniels, and that's why he wasn't at the spot Manning threw to, but Peyton has to see Daniels isn't there before he fires this one. And heading into the locker room, my new favorite hottie reporter asked Jack Del Rio what his game plan was.
Well, the key is to keep Peyton Manning sweaty. And as long as he's sweaty, that offense will struggle. Watch him dry himself for a bit. Oh boy, pink towel, wiping his brow. Sweaty Peyton, I gotta go cool down myself. Oh boy.
I was hoping a high-scoring second half would change my spirits. And if ye have no faith, look only to Von Miller to restore it, because he had an open lane to Derek Carr. Carr must be terrified of Von because he gave that ball up easier than I used to give up my lunch money. And Von Miller celebrated appropriately. Yippity-doo, yippity-dee, yippity-doo, yippity-dee. It's Miller time for you and me. After 2 failed running attempts from the 4-yard line, Demarius Targaryen looked more like Demarius Tarley when he joined the Ronnie Hillman Club and dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone. 14 offensive points abolished because the Broncos couldn't run the ball and drop passes. Brandon McCann kicked a 20-yarder. Broncos are only down 6-7 at this point. The next drive saw the Broncos quickly progress down the field again with the wide open play of the game from Emmanuel Sanders. Nobody covered him, probably because they knew Denver would eventually have to settle for a Brandon McCann 52-yard field goal down the gooch. After performing some intense tape study on Aqib Talib, I have concluded that he suffers from a severe case of having way too much hops, almost like Avery's India Pale Ale. Avery, still looking for a beer sponsor. Von Miller might get fined again for presenting himself to the referee. I'm ready! Or he might get fined for eating beans, broccoli, and cabbage during halftime. Bottom line, I'm sure the NFL will find a way to find Von Miller. And maybe Malik Jackson, who, like a real professional, threw the football at Michael Crabtree's head, should also be fined. This cost the Broncos 15 yards, but the best part is that Michael Crabtree tried to pretend like the ball hurt his head when it hit him in the helmet. Michael Crabtree? Maybe we should start calling you Michael Fassbender, because that's some magnificent acting. Sack Barrett saved Malik's stupid penalty by doing the only thing I want to see him do: sack QBs hard. That sack forced the Raiders to try an easy Sebastian Janikowski field goal, which he made. Psych. No, he didn't. He misses wide left. I would like to note that Peyton Manning did set the record for most passing yards ever by a quarterback in this game. The NFL also continues to support breast cancer awareness, which is great, but I think doing it in the Oakland Coliseum is useless. Even cancer is scared of that place. The Broncos offense was saved when Derek Carr mistakenly tried to fly a football through the no-fly zone. Chris Harris picks off the pass and returns the ball to the appropriate landing strip. I'm sorry, Derek Carr. You are not cleared to land. Fuck, you're not even cleared to fly. You're a car, you fucking idiot. After that play, Derek Carr said this.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Shane Ray, the only Bronco immune to the ghost of Al Davis because of the social and cultural perspectives on witchcraft and sorcery class he took at Mizzou, sacked Derek Carr on a play that should have ended the game for the Broncos. But the offense couldn't seal the deal. Janikowski came back in and kicked a 50-yarder to give the Raiders a shred of hope. But it didn't matter. Their hope died a horrible and long death as the Broncos finished to win 16-10 on the road. Look, I get it. The offense is struggling, and it's hard to stay enthusiastic when they play poorly. It's like listening to a Tom Waits album and trying to envision a bright future for the world. But we have 3 months of football until playoff time. Let's see if this offense looks any different come December. Until then, enjoy being 5-0 with Cleveland and a bye week on the horizon. Thanks for watching another episode here. Make sure you subscribe to That's Good Sports. And give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna. I'm mildly entertaining there. Also, check out my podcast, In the Huddle, at milehighhuddle.com. We post new episodes every Thursday. Look, you guys have been doing a good job sharing these videos and tweeting them out. Today's target, let's hit up at Bill Simmons on Twitter. That's right, he's got a show coming out next fall on HBO, and I think that would be the perfect place for me. If this doesn't tempt you, I don't know what will.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.